What if I told you, your cat is seeing something right now that you can't? Not a shadow, not a bug, not a trick of light, something else. Something your eyes were never designed to detect. And the strangest part? It might be happening in your home, right now, in the exact room where you're sitting. Because right now, while you're watching this, your cat could be staring at something invisible, with complete certainty that it exists. No confusion, no doubt, no hesitation, just focus. And you see nothing. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will never look at your cat the same way again. We think we understand cats. We feed them, we pet them, we live with them. But what if we're only seeing half the story? Because cats don't experience the world the way we do. They don't live in our version of reality. They live in something bigger, something layered, something we can only partially access. And the truth is, science already proves this, but not everything fits neatly into explanation. 1. The light your cat sees that you will never see. Let's start with something real. A study from City University London confirmed something shocking. Cats can see ultraviolet light. That means while you are looking at a plain white wall, your cat is looking at something completely different. Invisible patterns, hidden markings, energy traces left behind by movement, insects, heat, and time. Your home is not empty to your cat. It is layered, a living map of invisible signals. Imagine this. A wall you think is clean is glowing with invisible trails your cat can clearly see. A floor you think is still is covered in faint patterns of UV light reflection. And suddenly, it makes sense. Why your cat stares at nothing. Because to them, it is not nothing. It is something you were never meant to see. But here's where it gets strange. UV vision explains part of it, not everything, because sometimes your cat doesn't just look. It locks on, still, silent, focused, like something is moving. And that brings us to the next layer. 2. The sounds you can't hear, but your cat can. Right now, in your room, there are sounds happening that you cannot hear. Not silence, just frequencies outside your range. Humans hear up to 20,000 hertz. Cats hear up to 79,000 hertz. That is not a small difference. That is an entirely different world of sound. Inside your walls. Pipes are vibrating, wires are humming, tiny insects are communicating. Even electricity creates faint ultrasonic signals. And your cat hears all of it. Imagine living in a house where nothing is truly silent, where every wall whispers, every corner hums, every object has a sound signature. That is your cat's reality. So when your cat suddenly turns its head towards an empty space, it may not be nothing. It may be something speaking in a language you will never hear. And this explains something unsettling. Why cats react before we do. Why they stare at doors before someone knocks. Why they wake up before footsteps reach the house. They are not guessing. They are listening to a world you are deaf to. 3. Why your cat owns the dark. It's 3 a.m. Your house is completely dark. You cannot see your own hands. You move slowly, carefully. And then your cat walks past you. Perfectly, like darkness doesn't exist. Because for your cat, it almost doesn't. Now, inside their eyes is something called tapetum lucidum, a biological mirror behind the retina. It reflects light twice through the eye, giving cats extreme night vision. So while you are blind in darkness, your cat is still operating, still watching, still aware. A room that is pitch black to you is only dim to them. And this is where things get interesting. Because at night, when everything is quiet, your cat becomes more alert, not less, which leads us directly into the most famous mystery. 4. The 3 a.m. mystery. You wake up, something feels wrong. No sound, no movement, but your cat is already awake, sitting still, staring at a corner, unblinking, frozen. And you look, nothing is there. But your cat does not move, does not react, just watches for minutes. Then suddenly, it relaxes, as if whatever it saw is gone now. So what happened? Science says at night, cats enter peak sensory mode. No distractions, no noise pollution, just raw sensory input. They detect air pressure shifts, distant vibrations, micro movements in walls, ultrasonic insect activity. Your quiet house is not quiet to them. It is loud with invisible information. But still, this does not fully explain the fixed stare, the complete stillness, the intensity, as if something was there. And now, it is gone. 5, following something invisible. This one is different. Not staring, movement. Your cat is sitting calmly. Then slowly, its head begins to move. Left, right, up, across the room, like tracking something in midair. But you see nothing. No bug, no dust, no light reflection, nothing. So what is it following? The scientific answer is motion sensitivity. Cats detect movement 10 times better than humans. They can see micromotion invisible to us. Dust drifting, air currents, tiny insects too small to notice. But sometimes, the movement your cat tracks is too clean, too smooth, too structured. Not random, almost intentional, like something moving with direction, purpose, and awareness, which raises a disturbing question. What if it is not just movement? What if it is something passing through? 6. The thing above you. Look at your ceiling. Most people never really do, but cats do. A lot. Corners near the ceiling, door frames, high wall intersections. Your cat will often stare upward, completely still. Why? Science gives answers. Warm air rises. Insects gather near heat. Ultrasonic echoes concentrate in corners. Air currents form patterns invisible to us. All of this is true, but it still doesn't fully explain why the stare feels intentional, why it feels like focus, like observation, like something is being watched back. And that feeling is what makes this behavior so unsettling, because ceilings are not where we expect attention. And yet, that's exactly where it goes. 7. The moment before it happens. This is the final piece now. Your cat is asleep, relaxed, peaceful. Then suddenly, it changes. Head lifts, ears forward, eyes sharpen, and it stares at something. A door, a window, a direction. Seconds later, something happens. A knock, a car arrives, a phone rings, a storm begins. Your cat knew before it happened. Science explains this through barometric pressure changes, infrasound below human hearing, electromagnetic sensitivity, vibration detection. Cats are extremely sensitive to environmental shifts. Their whiskers alone can detect air pressure changes. So yes, they can predict events before humans notice them, but sometimes nothing happens. No storm, no sound, no arrival, and still, your cat reacted, which leaves the final question open. What did it sense? Because not every reaction has an explanation, not yet. Here is the truth. Science explains a lot, more than ever before, but not everything. Cats live in a sensory world far richer than ours. More light, more sound, more motion, more pressure detail. They are not supernatural beings, but they are also not limited like us. They are something in between. And sometimes that gap between what we know and what we don't feels like mystery. So the next time your cat stares at a corner, or freezes at night, or track something invisible, don't rush to dismiss it. Just pause and wonder, what are they seeing that we can't? Because the answer might not be scary, but it is definitely not simple. If this made you see your cat differently, you are not alone. And next time, when it stares at nothing again, you'll remember this video and you won't look away so easily.